Tim thinks he's inviting the woman of his dream on a work retreat to Hawaii, realizing too late that he mistakenly texts someone from a nightmare blind date. Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Movie Files. Elliot back again with a brand new Netflix original review for the new comedy, The Wrong Missy, starring David Spade and Lauren Lapkus. And this is, of course, brought to us by the Happy Madison Productions. Very excited to let you all know what I thought of this film. If you should check it out and give you my score at the end of this non-spoiler review. But before we dive into it, as you all can see on the screen now, make sure you're following me on all my other social media accounts. If you're new to this channel, definitely consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new content. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel, but also really appreciate it. And if and when you've seen The Wrong Missy, I want to know what you all thought of the film. Did you have some good laughs? What did you think about the performances? Let's have some fun discussions in the comments below. So, as usual, in my non-spoiler review, kicking things off with my positives of the film. So first and foremost, let me just go ahead and just take off my analytical, critical thought in regards to reviewing this film and think about it in this particular lens. So Happy Madison Productions has been around for about 20 years now. And I would say at this point in time, if you don't know what you're getting into with a Happy Madison, Adam Sandler type of film in regards to he brings his friends in with these films, they have a good time. It seems like they have a good time because they keep coming back and back and back. They get to go on vacation. They go to these beautiful places, Hawaii. They get to go all these different resorts and retreats in all their movies, it seems like, right? And there's a certain theme, certain slapstick comedy, certain tongue-in-cheek, sort of kind of parody about their film. So going into it with that lens, that's how I'm going to kind of approach this review in regards to my positives. It does exactly what is advertised, guys. Again, if you're not familiar with their format, you're not familiar with the formula, then you're going to probably be disappointed. But I've seen pretty much all of the Happy Madison films. And at this point, when they were very early on, especially in the last 10 years, and then you think about this deal that Adam Sandler has been with Netflix for the last 4 years, if you're looking for him to recapture that magic from Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, so on and so forth, I think he's past that. He's just making films that he wants to make with his friends. He's making films that they're having fun. They're pretty much, again, these are like, people always bring up, why don't they make those parody films anymore, like Top Gun or Airplane? I think in a weird way, this is like Adam Sandler, his crew, his production, this is like their way of kind of bringing that genre back for a new generation, because again, those are some classics I mentioned. Even put Scary Movie in those veins. But during that time, some of those films are a little dated. Some of those jokes don't really hit like they would today. And that's kind of the approach I think they're going with this particular slate of films, where it's just like there is a younger generation than me that might find these movies like Grown Ups, Jack and Jill, just go with all those different films that have been very, very similar to one another. And I think they're just parodies. And again, going at it in that way, I think this film does exactly as advertised. I think that Lauren Lapkus does a phenomenal job in her role, in a normal scale and maybe in another mindset of critical analytic breakdown of this film. You might say her performance is way over the top, it's too much. Like, what kind of complexity does she give to the character? But in the vein of a comedy, a romantic comedy by Adam Sandler, she fits perfectly, right? She does exactly what's asked of her. She knows what movie she's in. She's always at a 10. She's doing the most ridiculous things, saying the most vile, inappropriate comments, doing some inappropriate things. And she does exactly what she's asked for, what she's demanded for in this role. And I think she was the best part of this film. You look at David Spade, who has a very long list of films that he's been involved with Adam Sandler. And I think David Spade, as his filmography shows, he's used to playing this type of role, kind of the straight man, playing opposite against someone that's wild and that's outlandish. I think of, Tommy Boy in 95 and The Black Sheep in 96, him working with, the incredible legend Chris Farley, which I'm not saying Lauren is Chris Farley by any means, but he knows how to play against that, right? And I think he does a good job in that role. The film, again, going back to my positives, it knows what it is. It's having fun. It's an hour and a half, and I had some okay laughs throughout the film. There's maybe 5 or 7 laughs that I had throughout the movie. A lot of the comedy doesn't really work for me personally. Again, going back to Grown Ups or Jack and Jill or Blended or Just Go With It. But the film knows exactly what it is. And you got to appreciate Adam Sandler and the filmmakers and the writers of this film. They know what they're making. Again, this is, in my opinion, this is a parody of a romantic comedy. It literally has all the exact tropes of almost every romantic comedy in the 90s and 2000s. You have someone that's either trying to impress their mom, their dad, they're trying to invite someone to a wedding. In this case, they're trying to impress their boss to get a promotion. You've seen all those things before. So again, if you're looking for something that's breaking new ground, you're looking for the funniest movie of the year, this isn't quite that, but this film knows exactly what it is. And that's why I can commend it for what it is. But now going to my cons and now putting on that analytical hat and kind of breaking it down as a film, it's not original, guys. As I had just mentioned, this film literally copy and pastes everything that I just mentioned in some of those romantic comedies. Again, it's poking fun of itself and making fun of those genres, but there's no originality to this film. This is very predictable. You know where this film is headed in regards to, you have these completely opposite people. You know how things are going to play out in the film. It's going to get ridiculous. She's going to say some things. They're going to maybe have a falling out and come back together at the end. And I won't give away the film, obviously, but it has those tropes to it. So there's no originality to this film whatsoever. Again, I had mentioned this is a comedy, and comedy is very, very subjective. Again, out of an hour and a half, and there's literally jokes. I maybe laughed at maybe 5, 7, 8 of them at max. And it's not like gut punching laughs. It's just like, oh yeah, she's doing that. She's jumping off a cliff and survive. She's going to say this. They're going to have a threesome. They're going to bring in this element. The jokes really didn't work for me personally. And then if I were to be like analytical with the script, very standard story. The story's not messy. It's very straightforward, but there is a particular storyline that involves David Spade's, Tim's ex-wife, and she's on the retreat with them. And I don't really, outside of like one scene that was just kind of like a, let's see if he's still in love with her or if he can move forward with Missy, then that I can see where that angle comes from. But besides that, that literally has no plot, no point to be in the movie whatsoever. And there are other characters and cameos that just kind of just felt like it took me out of the movie at the sense. Again, I know what this film is, but it still was just like, why did this person make that appearance? Why did they say that? Why did they do that? So there's a lot of that going on in the film. But again, I could go on and on and on about the filmmaking's fine, the score is fine. As far as the look and the feel of the movie, it's fine. It's a movie, right? They're in Hawaii. It's kind of hard to not make Hawaii look beautiful because it is a beautiful place. So outside of those things, again, one what this film is, again, I would recommend, if I were you, put your hat on and expect an Adam Sandler from the last decade in regards to his filmography, especially look at Adam Sandler for his films that he's done with Netflix. I actually like Murder Mystery, and there's that's about it in his last run with Netflix films. But when you put that hat on, I think you'll find some enjoyment, some entertainment, maybe some solid laughs here and there. But if you're going to this film expecting the funniest thing on Netflix, you're looking for this Billy Madison meets Happy Gilmore meets, those romantic comedies that we've seen in the early 90s and 2000s. It's not going to be that, at least in my opinion. So still with that being said, this is not the best film. This is not the worst film. This isn't Jack and Jill, but this is definitely not one of my go-to movies on Netflix now. So with that being said, I'm going to give this film, The Wrong Missy, a 2 out of 5. Again, check it out if you want to. You can get out. When I always do these reviews, I mentioned some of those movies I didn't like. Those might be your favorite movies, which is the beautiful thing about film, beautiful thing about reviewing stuff. I might not like it, but you might love it. So definitely check it out. And when you do, let me know what you thought of it. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new content. Check out my reviews that I just recently did for Netflix, like John Henry, which you can see my review for that. The Eddie, Dead to Me Season 2, and I got a lot of things coming up pretty soon. I have a watch along on my channel for Mad Max Free Road coming up on Friday, and I'm going to be actually on a couple different channels, some other different streams today actually, as well as on Saturday. So keep an eye on my Instagram so you can know where I'm going to be at for the week. So we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers, so definitely let your family and friends know about this channel. And once I hit 3,000 subscribers, I'm probably going to do like somewhat of a ask me anything Q&A involving movies, TV, and things of that nature. So I'm going to probably do one of those streams once we hit that benchmark. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for the continued support on this channel and helping it grow. So I'm definitely going to do that video for you guys once we hit that benchmark. So again, thank you for watching this review, and we'll see you in the next video.